Hey guys, Chris here again from Sienci Labs, and today we're going to be going over 10 tips for gSender to make your experience of using it better. So come on in. So the first tip I want to show you guys today is a very simple one, but when you go to import the file into gSender, you see I've got my little sheep in here. A lot of people don't realize that you can actually get different views looking down on the sheep or on any file that you're cutting out to get a better understanding for what it's going to look like. So I'm going to use my finger here to move it around. If you're using a mouse, you just click on the screen and move it around. You can zoom in, you can zoom out, and you can also use this little cube down here. Look at it from the front, from the top, anywhere you want to look at it from, just to get you a better perspective on what job you're going to be running. The second tip I'm going to be showing you is we're going to actually go into the visualizer and change the coloring used. So by default, it's set to a dark coloring, but you can set it to light. And we put this in because this can be easier to see for depending on the colors you're able to see. And yeah, you can see that clears it up quite a bit. I prefer dark mode myself, but you can take out light if you want to as well. Moving on to the third one, what I want to show you guys today is how you can easily maneuver your machine to be wherever you want it to be. Everyone knows that you have jogging buttons that'll take you in certain increments. I can go fast, I can go slow, make very precise movements, but sometimes you want to go to a very specific point. So let's say that I want to move 50 millimeters away from where I'm at right now. Well, there's two ways you can do that. First of all, you can go into the XY movements if I want to make a Y movement, and I can just type in 50. And then once I hit that jog amount, it's going to go and move the 50 millimeters. Obviously, it moved it at a slower speed, but I can also speed that speed up. And now it'll move that 50 millimeters at a faster speed. Another way that we have set up to do this is we have this go to button here. And here you can tell the machine to move any amount of distance, either relative to where you are right now or in the machine coordinate space if your machine has limit switches. So right now, this is the exact position our machine's at. Let's say I want the y-axis to be moving to exactly 150 instead of 103. Then I can say go there, and it'll take me there. Or let's say that I want to move exactly 50 millimeters in the X from where I am right now. Then I can just type in 50 and hit go, and it'll take me there. So that's really rapid movements to anywhere you want to go. And also you can do any combination of X, Y, Z, and A axis. Tip number 4 is the corner travel buttons. So these will only work, you can see them up here, if you've first homed the machine. I've already homed it, and you can see they're now blue. What these allow you to do is to quickly move to any of the 4 corners for your machine. I'm going to demo bringing it to the front right corner, and just be aware that there's nothing on your table that could get in the way, because this moves pretty quickly. And I could also move it, let's say, to the front left corner. This makes things a lot easier if you're ever planning on moving the machine around to a specific location, or let's say you want to move it out of the way once a job is done. These will use the homing position of your machine and the distance that it can travel to figure out exactly where the corners are, and take you there as quickly as it can. So that's pretty fun. The next thing I want to show you is something that you've probably noticed in the top corner here called surfacing. And this is actually very useful. You can use it whether you're trying to prepare your machine with a new wasteboard, so you can just surface the entire wasteboard, or if you have raw wood material that you want to plane down to be ready for carving, you can do it all in here. And this basically turns your CNC into a large planer. You just specify the size you want to cut, how many passes and how deep you want to go, the size of the cutting tool that you're using, and even the pattern that you want to use. We have many different patterns, and you can choose the starting point on the material as well. This is basically what you would do inside of a CAM software, all built right into gSender. So you can see I can just generate with those settings. It's making this little spiral pattern here for me. I can bring it right into the main visualizer, and then I can just go right ahead and start the job, and it'll just start cutting this out for me. Now I just stopped this job short, and obviously we don't have any material there, but if we did have it there, it would be cutting away just fine. It really saves you a lot of time when you're trying to move from doing simple stuff like this by doing it all within one program rather than having to make a rectangular toolpath in a typical CAD/CAM software. Speaking of convenience, this leads me into tip number 6, which is that we actually have a very unique way of being able to control your machine through gSender. And this is what we call the remote mode. It's up here in the top toolbar. And I've actually already turned it on and have it loaded up onto my phone right now. And you can see that I've been able to connect to the machine the same way that gSender is connected to the machine. And I can do all of the same stuff, like jogging it around. And I can set a 0 on that. I can jog around, and then I can go back to that 0 point. You can run jobs. You can do basically all of the typical stuff you'd use gSender for. But on your phone, you can access this from a different computer, from a tablet. It's just open in a web browser. And if you want to open that web browser, you just go to this URL, or you can scan the QR code on the screen. Now, going back to running jobs in gSender, we've got a very useful feature built in here, which actually allows you to kind of visualize the area that your job is going to take up before you run it. This can be useful just to check if you have your material out here. It'll run an outline of it and just show you that what you're carving is actually going to fit within the material you set out, also that it's not going to run into any clamps or any other hold downs. All you have to do to access that is just hit this outline button. And there you go. We basically just drew a little outline of the sheep. I'm going to show it again from the top so you can see a better idea of what that looks like. And you can see it's moving all the way around the perimeter just like that. All right, guys, so a bit of a meta tip. And the reason I say that is I'm using it as an opportunity to mention how gSender is actually an open source software we've developed for, I think, about 5 years now. And part of the open source contributions that we have brought to the table is that you can have any access to the software. You can make your own versions if you want. But also we're very open to community feedback and bringing updates that people want to see. In light of that, I kind of wanted to show our forum here, which is the main place that we can take in feedback for gSender, also on our GitHub. And if you're ever wanting to check these out, these will show you the latest things that we're working on, some of the questions people are asking about gSender, or features that they're asking us to implement. Also, you can actually access these if you hit the help page, and there's a link here to take you to our community and also to GitHub. So check it out and give us feedback if you'd like to see us make improvements in areas you're interested in. So that leads us perfectly into tip number 9. And this is actually going to be me showing you guys off some of the new stuff we've been working on for gSender. This is a whole new interface. It's getting close to being released. You can actually download this and check it out now. I'm going to show you some tips about what this new interface has to offer. The two main ones, the first one I'm going to show off is actually a dark mode, which is, I've already showed you how to change the color of the visualizer, but this actually changes the color of the whole interface. And basically all I have to do is go into here, customize the UI, turn on the dark mode, and bam, here we are. So for any of you night cutters or whatever people are preferential towards the dark mode treatment in their apps, go check it out. It's pretty fun. It's dark mode all across the app. And it's pretty fun colors to play with as well. This will lead me into as well tip number 10, which is parking. So within gSender, we have one of the new features we've introduced is called a parking location. And basically, it's in the settings here. I'm going to turn dark mode off. So parking is here in the settings. And what that allows you to do is there's a little button up here. And I can basically jog around. And let's say I want this location to be my park location. I can go into my settings, grab that current position, and apply the settings. Or if I want, I can type it in manually. And then let's say I move over a little bit and a little bit down. Then I can hit that button, and it'll take me back to that exact point that I set. This is very similar to the corner travel buttons. except instead of only being able to quickly move to the corners, you also have the option to go to a custom location anywhere within your machine travel. So guys, those are all the tips I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed them. We really like making gSender so that it works for you and it has all the features that make your CNC easy to use. Let us know in the comments which of the tips you like the most, or if you want to see further videos on it. And keep an eye out for future tips videos, and I'll see you guys another time.